Dear students, welcome to another video tutorial on programming concept using C. And today's topic is if decision making condition. Myself Miladri Shekhar Pal. I am working as an assistant professor at Computer Science and Engineering Department at Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management. The college is under JIS and the college is situated at Baruch. In C language, there are two types of decision making. One is called branching, another one is called looping. Branching is basically deciding what actions to take. Okay, and looping means deciding how many times to take a certain action. Okay, so branching means what we want to do. Okay, and looping means how many times we want to do. So both branching and looping helps in writing structured programs. Okay? So by structured programming, we mean how a program structure is organized or how the program flow follows a simple hierarchical model that employs looping constructs and branching such as for, will, if, else, if. Okay. So decision making structure requires that the programmer specifies one or more conditions to be evaluated or tested by the program, along with a statement or statements to be executed if the condition is determined to be true, and optionally other statements to be executed if the condition is determined to be false. So you can see that this is a condition. Okay. So here you can see that there is a condition. Okay. If this condition satisfies, okay, then this conditional code will be executed. And if this condition is not satisfied, then this conditional code will not be executed. Okay, so this conditional codes will not executed for all. There is a certain condition. Okay, so if that condition will satisfy, then it will run. Okay. So C programming language assumes any non-zero and non-null values as true. And if it is either 0 or null, then it is assumed as false value. Okay. So this is the condition. If this condition satisfies, this conditional code will execute. If this condition will not execute, then these codes will execute. Okay. Now come to the if else statement. Okay. So the if else statement in C is used to perform the operations based on some specific conditions. Okay. The if else statement is used to express decisions. Okay. The operations specified in if block are executed if and only if the given condition is true. Okay. So within if there is a condition. Okay. So if that condition is satisfied, then that block will execute. There are different types of variants of if statement, okay, in C language, like this. It may be if, only if, it may be if else, it may be if else if, or it is maybe nested if. Okay, so we will discuss here only the if statement. Okay, the if else statement will be discussed later. So the if statement is used to check some given condition, okay, and perform some operations depending upon the correctness of that condition. Okay, so if the condition is correct, then some portion of the code will be executed. It is mostly used in the scenario where we need to perform the different operations for the different conditions. Okay, so it is mostly used in the scenario where we need to perform the different operations for the different conditions. The syntax of the if statement is given below. Here is a expression if, okay. In the expression part, there is a condition. If this condition or expression is satisfied, then this code will be executed. If this condition is not satisfied, then this code will not be executed. Okay. So the if condition is used to check some given condition. Okay. And it performs some operations depending upon the correctness of that condition. It is mainly used in the scenario where we need to perform the different operations for the different conditions. Okay. So this is the flowchart for if condition. Okay. If so, there is a condition. If this condition is satisfied, then this if code of block will be executed. Okay. And after that, this is the rest of the codes. Okay. But if this not condition will not execute, okay, then this if code will not execute. So the false part is will be there. Okay, after if conditions, after if statements will be executed. So if code will not be executed if the condition is not true. Okay, so there is a condition. If this condition is not satisfied, then some portion of code will not be executed. So let's do a C program to check an even number using if. Okay, so let's do it. So this is our C editor. We'll go to the file, next new source file. Okay, so we'll write our code here. So our program is to check whether a number is even or not. Okay, so hash include. This is the preprocessor directive. Hash include is the preprocessor directive. Next stdio.h. Okay, this is the header file. Standard input output. Basically, all the input output related library functions like printf, scanf, all are defined within this stdio.h header file. Next, we will take another header file called conio.h. Okay, this is console input output. Console input output. Okay, this is another header file. Next one is int main. This is the main function. Okay, so C program will start execution from this main function. Our program must contain a single main function. Okay, so we'll first take a variable int number. Okay, so we'll take the input now. So printf /n, enter a number. Okay, so this is the printf function. It's a library function. Within the double quotation, what we will write, that will print. Okay, and /n is basically the new line character. Okay, that means this enter a number will print in a new line. Okay, so that /n is basically print a new line. Okay, next we will take the scanf. Scanf is also a library function. It is basically used to take input through keyboard. Okay, this is basically required to take inputs at the runtime. Okay, so this is ampersand number. That means the value that will be taken will be saved at the number. That is, ampersand means address of. Okay, so that will be saved at the address of the number. Okay, now we'll check whether the number is even or not. Okay, so the logic is if the number is divisible by 2, okay, then it is an even number. Okay, so to check whether a number is divisible by 2 or not, we will do a mod function. Okay, we'll use the mod operator. What is the use of mod operator? Mod operator basically holds the remainder. Okay, so if the remainder is 0, we can say that it is divisible. If the remainder is not 0, then we can say that it is not divisible by 2. Okay, so we will do a remainder operation or mod operation. So if within it there must be a condition. Okay, so the condition is number mod 2 equal 0. Okay, so the what is the condition within the if? The condition within the if is whether number mod 2 is 0 or not. That means if we divide the number by 2, whether the remainder is 0 or not. If the remainder is 0, we can say that printf slash n, it is an even number. Okay, it is an even number. Okay, so here is no need to give the else. Okay, that we will do in the different program. Okay, so within if there is a condition, if this condition satisfies, this will be printed. Okay, so this print statement totally depends on upon this if condition. Okay, so if this condition is satisfied, then this printf statement will be executed. If this condition is not satisfied, then this statement will not be executed. Okay, and this bracket is the start of the if and this is the end of the if. Okay, so let's save the program first. Save as. Within the save it at desktop. So the program name is event.c. Okay, so I'm saving it. Next I will execute it, compile and run. Okay, so here is a enter a number. Okay, I am giving a number that is 5. It is not a even number as 5 mod 2 is not 0. Okay, so there is no print. Let's check what happened. Okay, so if I give 5, it will not print anything. Okay, so I have a mistake. Did not give any else. Okay, so I am doing it. Okay, because in our next tutorial we will use how to give the else one. Okay, so here we will only do the if. Okay, so if this condition satisfies, then this will print. Okay, so as 5 mod 2 is not 0, that will, nothing will print. Okay, so next we will go to the again executing it. If I give 4, then you can check that this is printed. Okay, so if the if condition satisfies, then there will be a print. Okay, otherwise there will be no print. Okay, so this is the code for to check whether a number is even or not. Okay, so this was the program to check whether a even number or not. So the logic was within the if there is a condition. If the condition is satisfied, then within the if else what are the statements are there that will be executed. Okay, so in this case within the if loop the condition was whether the number is divisible by 2 or not. Okay, if it is was divisible by 2, then the code within the if statement will execute, otherwise it will not execute. Okay, so let's do another program. So this program is to check positive number. Okay, so you have to check whether a number is positive. Okay, so let's do the program. So I will take hash include stdio.h. Okay, these are the header files as I told in our early video. Okay, next one is kanayo.h. This is also a header file. This is console input output kanayo.h. Okay, next int main. This is the main function. C program will start execution from this main function. Okay, next we will take a number. Okay, number is a variable of integer type. That means number will store only integer values. Okay, next we will take the values. Okay, so printf is a library function which is used to print something. Slash n is a new line character which is used to take anything or which will print new line. Okay, so if we give slash n and if you write anything after slash n, that will print in a new line. Okay, so enter a number. Okay, next we will take scanf. Scanf is also a library function. It is used to take inputs through keyboard. Okay, during the runtime. Okay, so after taking the number, we have to write where we want to save it. Okay, so ampersand number means address of number. Okay, so the number that we will take will be saved at the number. Okay, next we will write the if condition. Okay, so within the if we will write a condition. Okay, so here we will write a condition. If this condition satisfied, then this then the statement within this second brace that will execute. Okay, if this condition is not satisfied, then these things will not execute. Okay, so that to check whether a number is positive or not, we will check whether the number is greater than equal to 0 or not. Okay, so if the number is greater than equals to 0, we can print that percentage d is a positive number. Is a positive number. Okay, so as you can see that if number is greater than equals to 0, we can say that the percent is a positive number. So here percent d means a value will be printed. Okay, suppose the number is suppose 25. Okay, so 25 is greater than equals to 0, so 25 is a positive number. Okay, so here this percent d means a value, a integer value will be printed. Okay, so whose value will be printed? The value which is within the number variable will be printed. Okay, so percent is a positive number. Okay, so let's save the program first and execute it. Okay. So enter a number. Suppose I am writing 6. 6 is a positive number. Okay, so next we will take a negative number. Okay, suppose it is minus 1. Okay, so nothing is printed. Why nothing is printed? Because we will print anything if this condition satisfied. Okay, so this condition does not satisfied here, so nothing will be printed here. Okay, so this is the program to check whether a number is positive or not. So here even if there is a condition, if this condition satisfied, then this will be printed, otherwise not. Okay, so this was the program to check whether a number is positive or not. Okay, so as you can see that in our two programs, at the first program it was to check whether it is even or not. Okay, so we have did that, we write the condition of the if statement within the if that whether it is divisible by 2 or not. Okay, so if that condition was satisfied, it was printed that it is a even number. And in our second program, that whether a number is positive or negative. Okay, there also we did a write a condition. Okay, within the if, that is whether a number is greater than 0 or not. Okay, if that is greater than 0, then we will print something. Okay, so in both the cases there is a condition within the if. Okay, so if in both the cases, if the if condition is satisfied, then something will be printed. Okay, or some statement will be executed. Okay, so the next one is a C program to check whether a marks is above 80 or not. Okay, so if the marks is above 80, we can say that you are eligible for the job, and if is the number is less than 80, then you are not eligible. Basically, if as a employer, we are basically concerned about those employees who got above the 80 marks or who is eligible. Okay, we as an employer, we are not bothered about the marks of those employees or those aspirants whose marks is less than 80. Okay, so let's do a program. So hash include will first take, this is the header file. Okay, hash include basically preprocessor directive, and stdr.h, this is the header file. Okay, stdr.h means standard input output. Okay, next hash include conair.h, this is also a header file. Okay, conair.h and stdr.h, these are the header files. stdr.h means standard input output and conair.h means console input output. Okay, so these header files are basically used as all the library functions are defined within these header files. Okay, like printf, scanf, these are the library functions. Okay, these functions are written within this stdr.h header file. Okay, and hash include is a preprocessor directive. Okay, we will later discuss about preprocessor directive. Okay, next it is int main. This is the main function. Okay, C program will start executing from this main function. Okay, any C program must contain a single main function. Okay, from where the C program will start execution. Okay, so now we will take a variable int number. Okay, so int number is a variable. Number is a variable which the data type of this number is int. Okay, as you can see, the data type of the number variable is int. That means number is able to store an integer value. Okay, number will not be able to store a float or character value. Okay, so this is called the data type of the number. Okay, next we will take the printf function. Okay, so printf function is basically used to print something. Okay, so whatever we want to print, we can write within the printf function within the double quote. Okay, so whatever we will write in within the double quote, that will print. Okay, and what is slash n? Slash n means the new line character. Okay, if we want to print something in a new line, we will use a slash n before that. That means slash n will print a new line. That means everything will be printed in a new line. Okay, if I give a slash n. Okay, so I am writing here enter a number. Okay, so this will be printed in a new line. Okay, next we will take the scanf function. Scanf function is basically used to intake input at the runtime. Okay, basically it is used to take user input. Okay, and ampersand number, that means what are the numbers we have taken through keyboard will be saved in this variable, that is in the number. So ampersand number means address of number. Okay, so where it will be saved, the number will be saved at the address of number. Okay, next we will take a if condition. Okay, so within if there is a condition, if this condition satisfied, then the statement here will be printed or executed. If this condition written here will not satisfied, then the statement written here will not be executed. So the condition is number whether it is greater than equal to 80 or not. Okay, so if the number is greater than equals to 80, we can print that you are eligible. That slash n, congratulations, you are eligible. Congratulations. Okay, you are eligible for the job. You were eligible. Okay, so within the if there is a condition that is number greater than 80. If this condition satisfied, then this printf will be executed. Otherwise, it will not be executed. Okay, so let's save the program first, and I am executing it. Okay, so compile and run. Okay, so if my number is 79, it will not print anything. Okay, if the number is more than or equal to 80, then it will print something. So I'm 81. Okay, so congratulations, you are eligible as your marks is greater than 80 or your number is greater than 80. Okay, so as you can see that there is a condition within the if. If this condition satisfied, then this line or this statement will be executed. So this is the C code to check whether a number is greater than 80 or not. Okay, so this was the program to check whether the marks is above 80 or not. Okay, so here we also use the same if condition. Okay, within the if there is a condition. Okay, if that condition satisfied, then the statement within the if block will be executed. Okay, so let's do another program. The program is to find the largest of two numbers. Okay, so let's do it. So at first we'll take the two header files hash include stdir.h. Hash include is the preprocessor directory and stdir.h is the header file. Okay, next I will take another header file, that is conio.h. Okay, this is conio.h, that is console input output. Okay, next we will take int main, this is the main function. Okay, any C program will start executing from this main function. A C program must contain a minimum one main function. Okay, so next we will take two variables. Okay, x and y. Okay, as we have to check whether x is larger or y is largest. Okay, so printf will take the values of x and y slash n. Okay, enter the value of x. Okay, so within the scanf I am taking the input, that is slash percentage d comma ampersand x. Okay, so the value that will taken will be saved at the address of x. Okay, next we will take another variable, value of another variable. So slash n, enter the value of y. Okay, so scanf percentage d comma ampersand y. Okay, so we have taken the values of x and y. Now we'll check whether x is greater than, okay, which one is greater. Okay, basically which one is greater. Okay, so if x is greater than y, okay, then we can print that x is largest. Okay, so if x is greater than y, we can say that x is largest. Okay, so y can be largest. Okay, so I'm taking another condition. If x less than y, then we can write that printf. I am not using any else here. Okay, I'm writing that y is largest. Okay, y is largest. Okay. I'm taking a slash n here. Okay, so x, this is x greater than y condition, this is x less than y condition. Okay, and one more thing, x can be equal to also y. Okay, so if x equal y, okay, we can write that printf slash n x is equal to y. Okay, okay, so there are three conditions here. Okay, if x greater than y, if it satisfies, then this will be printed. If this condition satisfies, then this will be printed. Okay, and if this one, then it will be printed. Okay, so let's save the program and execute it. Okay, so compile and run. Okay, so suppose the value of x is 6 and y is 7. Okay, so y is largest. Again I am executing. The value of x is suppose 8, y is 5, then x is largest. Okay, I am again executing. Okay, x is 6, y is 6. Okay, so x is equal to y. Okay, there are three conditions here. When that condition is satisfied, if this condition satisfies, only this will be printed, not this or this. Okay, if this is print satisfied, then this only. If this condition is satisfied, then only this statement will be printed, not this one. Okay, so this is the code to check whether two largest of two numbers. Okay, so this was the tutorial on if else statement. Okay, hope you have understood it. If you have any doubt, any query, you can write on the comment section. If you like my videos, you can subscribe to my channel or click on the bell icon, or you can visit www.facebook.com/digitalclassroom and like my page. Okay, so students, thank you for now. See you on the next video tutorial.